Hello everyone, welcome back on new lecture. So in today tutorial, I'm going to explain about my few experiences. Basically, we were working on one application where we were performing the fitness stuff, and then I come to know that there is some issue we cannot perform that way whatever we want to perform. So in this video, I'm going to share with you that what we were trying to do and what the issue we are facing. And after that, I thought that I should share on the my YouTube videos as well as on my course. Basically, I love the Meta Movement SDK. Most of you know that I'm using it from 2 to 3 years back. So there have been lots of changes. There have been lots of improvement. Even I have raised so many bug on the Meta Movement GitHub issue, and they fix it, they guide me, and then I have implemented so many stuff which is not done by most I think most of developers. It is a little complicated, it is little different. So whenever you are going to search on the Meta Movement, so on the YouTube I have also uh, integrated so many stuff on the Meta Movement, you can see. And here we have also loaded the shorts, you can see this one. Okay, so similarly I have also here added how locomotion work in this mirror avatar, how works. So we have implemented so many stuff on the Meta Movement. Even on my Udemy course I have also explained about the Meta Movement. So basically what we are going to talk about, you know very well that Meta Movement support the body tracking. Few call is full body tracking, half body tracking, face tracking, even eye tracking. So in this video, what I want to explain to you that what is the good about it. So basically, you know about the Meta Movement SDK is body tracking, and there are so many body tracking SDK, but Meta Movement SDK is best one, because whenever you are going in terms of tracking, so your hands, your shoulders, your parts are really tracking is really very good. Okay, so we will talk about what is the good thing about it and what is the bad thing about. So whenever it comes like in the meta life cycle, so most of time people use the Meta Movement SDK from the years, and we also choose that thing. So at that time we just only focus that body tracking. And in terms of body tracking, it is also very best, but there are a few points where it get the lag, and due to that lots of people face a problem and they are not able to integrate in their metaverse or in their game. So if whatever I'm going to share the points, if it is going to be improved, so most of developers, most of companies, most of indie developers will be able to use the Meta Movement SDK. Okay, so you know very well it is the best one. We have already discussed that thing. And in Meta Movement there are also many like final IK people use the rig system, IK stuff from the Unity. So that works also best, but Meta Movement, due to the body tracking, people prefer it. So why it is people love, because body tracking is best in all compare of all the SDK. Support hand tracking, face tracking, like I'm talking, so lips will also move, and whenever my eyes is moving, so at that time that will be also move. So that is the good point in the Meta Movement SDK. So most of you know, and it is also support the locomotion. It is support the like procedural, like when you don't have the locomotion, so whenever you are going to move physically with the device, so your leg, your everything is going to be sync. Okay, so what I want to make the point here is the main point. Where is the bed? So basically, let's suppose whenever we move, like we have not implemented the locomotion, so just I walk in the real world in few steps, so what will happen, that your avatar will be also go on that way. So what happens, like on the basis of your head, your two controllers, your lower body also move on that place. Okay, so that is way it try to sync. So basically what track they track the left hand, right hand head tracking. On the basis of that, lower also works. So few people call like it is procedural. Yeah, it is procedural, but there is a also lack of it. So if that thing is going to fix, so that is will be the meta movement based thing in this. Because whenever you try to like our case, what we were trying to do here, we were trying to create the fitness application where we wanted like let's suppose we wanted to track whenever this is the leg, funny leg, whenever our leg is going in this way, so we wanted to track the distance between this. Okay, but if you are going to perform like you just increase the distance between your leg, so meta movement SDK is not able to track this thing. So that is the important stuff. As well as whenever you are trying to move in the like locomotion or normal movement, so at that time leg movement is not good. So basically in locomotion I know that they use the animation, and I have not seen the procedural movement there. So that is also issue. If they give the procedural, or if they give any option where we can track our lower lags. Currently it is working on the procedural, but procedural is not very much good, and in locomotion they use the animation. But we want they use the procedural also, but procedural will not work in that case. So what we want some solution which works in both cases. Like whenever we try to do this pose, these are the leg, so it is able to track. In case we are in the locomotion, so we should have both option, animation as well as our procedural leg. And also if we got any better tracking of the lag, so that will be also very great stuff. In procedural lag, like let's suppose this is the normal pro, and in some places it is like you can say some top distance, or there is some thing have been kept there. So what happens, like our uh, leg rotation will be like it feels like real person is trying to climb on that stone or something. So that will be a truly procedural lag movement. So you got my one issue. So we were not able to perform that thing because it is not working here. We are not able to track. So what we try to do, we try to like use, there is one very good samples they have launched, and it have been not very long time. So that is, you can call simultaneous hand and controllers. Simultaneous hand and controllers, how it works. So just let me explain. Basically when we are keeping our two controllers, so we are also able to use the hands. In case I drop one controller, so at that time our hand will be able to track properly. So what we were trying to do, we were just trying to fit one controller on the leg, and on the basis of that uh, we were trying to calculate the distance. Like these two controllers, we wanted to like at a one time, that is the simultaneous means at a one time you are able to track your controllers as well as your hand tracking will also work. So what we are trying to do, we were trying to put these controllers on the leg, and we were trying to calculate this distance, and on the upper body we were using the hand tracking. So basically this thing works perfectly, but it does not support with the meta movement SDK. So our custom solution we were not able to make that way. So just I thought to share so that if other people are facing this issue, and this will be also feedback for the meta movement SDK team. Okay, so you know that what I am facing the problem. So I have explained about the lower leg movement in a little bit details. You know very well what we are facing the issue. And uh, there is also one good way when I had integrated 2 years back. So basically at that time there was so many script involved there, and I was really afraid to see that thing. But now they have improved that thing. Due to that, performance at that time was very bad, and currently they have improved, so it is better. But there is also required to improve the performance, and there are so many stuff involved. So I think that is the reason performance is little low than the other body tracking. And let's come on the multiplayer. So 2 years back there was nothing related to multiplayer. Currently they have given, but I am not able to test because I was trying to do, but there was some issue. So I integrated the multiplayer. They guide me basically when I was raising the issue. So they guide me that if we want to sync the multiplayer, so what the process we have to follow, and at that time we had integrated on the multiplayer. Okay, so on the multiplayer, it also worked perfect, but there is a issue there. Because what is the issue? In the multiplayer, basically in the meta movement, what you have to do, you have to sync lots of data. Like there is a 84 bones, so you have to sync the 84 bones, and for that much of the data you have to perform so many optimization there. And after that you will need a powerful SDK. Like all the SDK will not work because the data size is really very big. So we were using the Photon Fusion too, so that was helping us a lot. But in the multiplayer we want much more better way, because in the final IQ what we do, we clone our hand, two controllers, two you can say targets of the left and right, and head as well, and that way we try to sync. So basically we sync the head and left and right, and then our lower body already gets sync on the basis of upper. So there is expensive, but that is not very much expensive. But in the meta moment, whenever you are trying to implement the multiplayer thing, so it is going to be a very costly, very performance hitting, and very network traffic. Like there will be lots of traffic on the network. Okay, so that is also issue in the multiplayer. So if we are going to get something very simplest to integrate the multiplayer, they have provided the solution, but they are also trying to sync that way, and they have also performed the optimization. But believe me, whenever you are going to add the so many players in the scene, so that will create the problem. Okay, so they have to also consider on this, that how they can make better. After that, uh, current SDK I have not tested, but whenever I was trying to do, I think 1 year or 2 year back, basically I updated many times. So at that time, whenever I was trying to spawn the player on the rather than zero position, so it was losing the body tracking. So that was really very major concern. So if that is issue is resolved, so that's great. If it is not, so please resolve that thing. It is for meta movement SDK team. And there is also difficult to customize. Yeah, in the case if you want to customize anything, like I was trying to add the leg animator, because as I told you that locomotion working on the animation. So we try to change the animation, that was not perfect. So what I try to do, we try to perform the procedural leg movement in the locomotion. So what was happening, like it was not able to perform, so we were not able to integrate the leg animator is one package which perform a procedural leg movement, that is also really very good. So if in the case we want to perform any customization, so it is not very easy to perform. So I will request that there should be something flexible, so that we can customize if we want as a developer, or provide the documentation in the case. And in the multiplayer, we perform the movement, and there were also issue, like basic guidance we wanted to grabbing part. Like let's suppose we are grabbing or something happening, so we will not able to perform proper grabbing with the help of the fusion 2 and we did not get help any from Meta movement. So we have performed the custom grabbing system on the multiplayer. So we have write the custom code, but we want that Meta movement provide the guide that if somebody want to integrate the grabbing part on the multiplayer, so how they can perform. So these are the point, and hopefully if a developer have work on it or working on it, so might be they go through this stuff. And uh, I just thought, because we were in the two project we were using it, and here in one project we were facing the issue, so we just resolve so many stuff. But in this project we are not able to perform any custom stuff or anything that is supported by the Meta movement. So that is the issue, because in the Meta movement you will also get, there is a one package which also help you to perform the, you can say, Meta movement body tracking for fitness. So there is a one scene which help us to track the body, like whenever I'm doing any reps or whenever I'm moving the hand, so we can track where it is going. And that is very helpful in the fitness. But in the fitness, if we get the leg movement properly, so that will be great stuff. So what do you think about it? Let me know in the comment box. And thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. See you in next video. Bye bye. Take care.